Next game up, Spartans versus the Violators. This is a good game because Spartans, ever since they got their guys, have been a very decent team. I think it all comes down to Dave. He threw a lot of unwarranted interceptions. He has to get better as far as that. But they got some players. JJ's been playing really well. Happy when he's not arguing, is a good ball player. This team has weapons. So they have the team that can surprise the Violators if the Violators are not careful.
And if I'm going to speak about the Violators pretty much, the Violators during the regular season have the best defense in the league. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's exactly what they had. They're coming with that defense into the playoffs. They're also adding onto their offense. Los, they're bringing him back as quarterback this week. Los has been, when he got to the helm and was able to play for the team, was a relatively smart quarterback. One person that, takes control of the game, doesn't take too many risks, makes those safe throws, keeps them in the game. That's what the Violators need. Someone that doesn't turn over the ball, that takes control of the game, and make sure that that you don't put make the defense's job harder. With him, I think that he'll be more successful in the playoffs as they, sync together. I think this is a good look for them. Hopefully they can perform well in this game against the Spartans.
And to piggyback over that, Los played 2 weeks ago for Violators. They lost, but he played decent. Yomi's down with an injury. That's been their main quarterback. He's hurt. He's not going to play this game, but they trust Los. Yeah. They think Los can do the job, and that's all they got. So they're going to have to put their chips in and see what happens. We're going to jump right into the game. Third down, Dave on 4 rush, rolls left, pitches it to Asa, who then throws to Happy on the sideline for a decent gain in the first down. Great trick play. A lot of people don't know Ace is also a quarterback. That's a great play by them. Second down, Dave throws deep to JJ. Wide open in the middle, overthrown, incomplete. Third and long, Dave throws to Asa in the gap, drop. Spartans end up having the punt. Now, my thing is, the deep pass to JJ was open. And Dave this season has struggled with his accuracy. And Asa drops the next down, they're going to end up having the punt. Second down, Los throws a Macho cutting in front of the gap for a decent gain. Third down, Los throws to Dev on the sideline, who runs for a decent gain, picking up the first down. Los gets blitzed by Noel, throws a rock on the sideline for a nice gain. Look here, JL gets flagged for holding. He was upset, didn't think he held. You can see the hole here. Noel gets flagged for cursing, so the play offsets. Noel got upset because he thought he got held. The flag was there. He thought he made a tag, which wasn't seen, but at the end of the day, he got the call for the holding. But those plays are going to offset. Third down, Los throws deep to Ralph on the sideline, overthrown. Violators have to punt. What's funny about this, before I jump into the drive, JL and the Violators argue, saying that he did not hold. And me and my other refs get killed. But I love when the camera's there and we catch it, because you can see it. Blatantly, you can see there was a hold, but he didn't say it.
I mean, that happens. Obviously, when you're in the middle of the game, you don't feel like you did something wrong on this play. And even if you did, you're going to argue against it because it doesn't benefit your team.
But it kills your credibility when you argue. And then you rally up your team for something that you did wrong. So now you got your team against the refs and the refs against your team because the refs being yelled at for something that they know they did. So it doesn't make any sense. If it's warranted, then get upset. So the team backed him up and thought he didn't get held, and it's obvious he held. Now, after that, just had to jump on that. Now, the pass that Los attempted to throw to Ralph was overthrown. Violators have to punt, but I love the fact that Los took the shot to show his team and to show the other team he's not scared to go downfield. I like it. They have to punt, but that's great confidence building. Dave with 2 passes in the gap for a decent game. Third down, Dave gets blitzed by Dev with blocker from Asa. Dave throws a Happy, who runs for a nice game, picking up the first down. Dave throws to Dennis in the gap. High, picked off by Buto, giving it back to the Violators. And that is a great play by them. First of all, once again, Dave has struggled with his accuracy. This pass, Dennis is open. This pass is too high. Buto's able to make the pick, giving it right back to the Violators.
And this is them, the Violators, showing the best defense in the league the way they're playing right now, giving the Spartans no room to make any mistakes because they capitalize off of it. Now Buto was known as a physical player, blitzing in, pressuring the quarterback. Now he's getting interceptions in this playoff game. That is a big step up from the play that he's had already in the season. Now he's getting interceptions and getting the ball back for his team.
And Buto was hot early in the season.
Yeah.
He tailed off big time. We even had him up there for possibly most improved player in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Tailed off, disappeared, was not the same player, but he's showing the ability in the playoffs. Great play by him. Los with 2 plays for a decent game. Third down, Los throws a route for the middle for a nice gain, picking up the first down. Los is moving the ball, gaining confidence, something that the guys need him to do. Los then throws a Will on the sideline. Will makes a nice catch for a decent gain. Last out to 10. Los on 4 rush, finds Ralph in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Beaton gets the extra point, 7-0, Violators.
And this is a way a quarterback needs to throw. That's exactly what Los is able to do here. Drive down the field, take the space that the defense gives you and find the receivers open. He finds Ralph open with a nice pass here, finds him in the back of the end zone. Taking the space that the defense gives you, like I've been saying, and using it against them, that's a great drive for Los there.
Spartans can't score before the half. Time runs out, 7-0 at halftime, Violators. If I'm the Spartans, Dave has to make his throws. He's way off target. Something that he struggled with all season long. He has to be more accurate with his throws. Defense we can't do nothing. We gave up 7 points. The problem with the Violators is they can win games 7-0. We have to score. It's tough enough. This team is already tough. We have to find a way to score. The defense is a great defense we're playing against, but it makes it worse when Dave is not accurate on his passes, giving them the ball back.
Talking about Violators, this team was able to score at the tail end of this half. They were able to get it together late on offense and put up points. Their defense is doing their job, locking up, making Dave's job that much harder in this game. So if they're able to do this the way that they're moving, I think that they have a game where they can win.
After getting the first down, Los throws to Dev in the gap for a decent gain. Second down, Los blitzed by VIP, throws a route on the sideline to get them to the 10-yard line. Third down, Los finds Mimi in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Macho gets the extra point, 14-0, Violators score again.
And now Los has a rhythm going. Right from the first half on that last drive, the second drive that he gets, he's able to score. He's finding the gaps. Driving down the field, being prepared for the blitz as they're protecting him. As he drives down the field, he's able to find the end zone yet again in this game.
Third down, Dave rolls left, throws on 4 rush to Happy in the gap, who runs for a decent gain in the first down. Second down, Dave on 4 rush, runs for a decent gain. JJ gets called for a block in the back, and Spartans can't get any closer. They have to punt. But on this play, Dave and Happy went crazy because they said Dave got hit with a shoulder on his run, and he was giving himself up. So Dave got upset. What do you think about this play?
I think that as Rob was going in for the hit, he had his hands out. He didn't reach out with his hands, but his hands was there as he makes the tag and he pushes outward. His hands were there first before the forearm, so that's why the refs did not call that flag. The ref was not even in position to make that call anyway, so I don't see how Dave would believe that. Obviously, to him, he gets knocked down. The guy comes fast, so it looks like he comes with the forearm. But that's not what I see here on this play here. I see Rob coming in with open hands, and he pushes outward. That is not a forearm call.
But it wasn't no shoulder. He said he got hit with the shoulder.
No, it was not. It was the hand here as he goes in. The hands are out, and then he pushes outward. It was not a shoulder hit or anything like that. It's just how fast he got there. It may have seemed so, but his hands was out there.
And then on the same play, JJ gets called for blocking the back. What do you think of that one?
I think that this was a block in the back. I think that JJ, before the player was able to turn, he catches him just on the back, just in time for the ref to see it and throw the flag. That was merited there.
So they're going to get the block in the back penalty, which is going to move him back. And then Dave gets a personal foul, unsportsmanlike, by the ref because he stepped to the ref, arguing in the ref's face on a call that practically the ref made the right call. Once again, guys getting upset with the referees, and it's not the way they think it is. Violators get the ball, they're going to have to punt. They don't do anything on their drive. Next drive, Dave with 2 short passes for a decent gain. Third down, Dave throws to Jay in the middle for a nice gain, getting him to the 15-yard line. Last down, Dave with blocker from Happy, throws in the back of the end zone, Dev almost gets the pick, turnover on downs. Dave has to make this throw. He's been struggling all day with his accuracy, so he's finding the receivers. He's just not getting the ball accurately there, and this one's almost picked up. They get stopped again.
And it's almost like he's telegraphing his passes as well. So even though he's trying to make those throws, the defense is there to read out that play and make a defensive play on it. Because he's not accurate, they're able to follow where he's going, where he's looking, and they're able to make defensive plays there.
Los gets the ball on a few plays, and they're going to kill the clock, giving it back to Spartans. That's smart by this offense. They're up 2 touchdowns. No need to throw a pick. No need to make a mistake. You run the clock and then punt. Smart by them. Dave throws it happy in the gap for a nice game. Pick up the first. Then Dave throws deep to JJ on the sideline. Big gain, getting him to the 5-yard line. Then Dave finds JJ again, cutting in front of the end zone for the touchdown. 14-6, they score.
They score late in the game, pretty much where almost seconds are left in the game, so it's a little too late for them to make anything happen. It's unfortunate that they're able to get it together right when the game's pretty much over.
They're going to go for the 2-point conversion. Dave on 4 rush throws Ace in the back of the end zone. High, incomplete, another one. If you look here, Ace is open. Bad throw by Dave. Once again, struggling with his accuracy. They're going to try to go onside. They're not able to get the ball. Violators going to get it. Winning the game, 14-6, eliminating Spartans.
And the Spartans struggled on their offense all throughout the game. And I think that's the main reason why they end up losing right now, because they were not able to. First of all, it's hard to say that you're going to get going against the best defense in the league with the Violators. So that's already a tough, a tall order to ask Dave when he's been struggling all season.
Yeah.
But either way, you have a lot of playmakers that you got to get in sync with on offense. They weren't able to do that. It spills off into the playoffs, and it translates into a 14-6 loss.
We're going to jump into the interview with the Violators. Before we talk about the Spartans, we're going to listen to the interview. We'll be right back.
What's going on? Stephen J. here with some of the Violators, especially Los. Los, when did you find out you were starting quarterback today?
Last night in Friday Night Lights. Yomi hit me up. He was like, yo, Los, get ready. Then I received a text from Brian. He said, yo, get ready. So I'm lit, baby.
You struggled last time, earlier, getting used to get back in the rhythm. You seem more comfortable today. What was the difference, especially during playoff time, to get refocused?
I had a conversation yesterday with Yomi. He was telling me, like, listen, don't listen to nobody. Just go with who you feel is going to tell you the right thing on the field, and forget everybody else. Concentrate and do your thing.
It's nice to do that when you have a good defense behind you. You have the best defense in the league. Didn't force you to do too much. Take your time. What is it like knowing that you have a defense on that side in the back end?
I know that the defense was going to control the ball. On their half, all I had to do was throw a 14, and I knew the game was going to be over. It was good that I drove before the half and scored, and then the first drive on the second half we scored, and I put the pressure on them, and I felt that they weren't going to score anything.
Brian, when did you come to the decision that Los was going to throw today?
Yesterday, and it was a good decision. My boy balled out. We talked about some things he needed to work on from the last game, and he came through with the victory.
Talk to me about that defense. It's one of the best defenses I've seen in the UFL. That includes the Browns defense that was dominant. Yeah. What was it like to know you got that defense to help your quarterback in the back end?
It makes your quarterback comfortable when he can rely on your defense. When you have a great defense back behind you, I'm not talking smack, but my defense is pretty good. And when you have that type of defense, it makes the job easier for the quarterback.
Yomi, what is it like going through the Wentz? Wentz spoils. What was that like to feel? Tell me what you was feeling watching him on the field and being able to talk to him. What was that like?
Nah, it feels good because if he win, I win. So, it feels great. No hate over here.
He said you hit him up and let him know we need you to ball out. Yeah. What made you know that he'll be ready for a big game like today?
Because yesterday I seen him. He was out there, balling out there last night. I seen him. I said, yo, you got to get ready. And then, had a couple words, take the nerves off him, butterflies out the stomach, and he came out here and performed well.
Let's see if I can get an answer. Is Yomi going to be ready for next week?
No comment.
No comment.
We just here to talk about Los. You gotta call a doctor. We just here to talk about Los. Los did a great job. Shouts out to Los.
I had a feeling they wasn't gonna tell me. We're gonna thank Violators for being with us. Big win over the Spartans, 14-6. See you on the site.
They seem confident in Los. I had sources that said they wasn't that confident in him.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what they had, and they went with it. And Los proved not only something to the league, something to himself. He beat a good Spartans team. So definitely, you may have had one or two guys on the team that doubted him, but this is a great win by him, helping the team move on to the next round. Now, for the Spartans, they're re-up. They've got to get the passion back. That's one. Dave is the championship quarterback. I played Dave in the PFL, Church League. I played Dave in the championship 4 times. He beat me 2. This guy wins games. He doesn't have the love like he used to. He has to get the love back. He has to get the passions back. He doesn't have it like that. Once he gets that back, he'll be okay because he still got the knowledge. Once he gets that back, he has to work on his accuracy. His accuracy is worse than I've ever seen him before. Never seen him this inaccurate before in my career. He has to get more accurate. So he has to work on his accuracy. He threw 13 interceptions this year. That's a lot. He's not a high-value turnover guy. That's too many turnovers. He got sacked twice. He's not a big runner, but that means he threw certain passes under pressure that he shouldn't throw and he got picked off. Happy's a decent blocker, so I'm not going to put it on him. Ace is a decent blocker. Bottom line, Dave got to get the love back. That's number 1. Number 2, this team needs a playmaker. This team needs a playmaker. Bottom line. VIP is a playmaker, but he's not a guy that jumps out the box. He didn't look dominant this year. He's one of their best. Junito, another guy, good player. They need one playmaker that can go down. They don't have it. And in this league, you need it because the field is so big. So that's what they need. Number 3, they need somebody that can blitz the quarterback. They need a guy who could bring pressure on the quarterback. Happy's good at ball giver. Not a great blitzer. If you have a linebacker that can blitz to go where Happy at giver, that is a great 1-2 punch. We've seen Carver win championships with Happy giving in the ball. And who blitzing? Ricky. You give Happy another guy there that can blitz and put pressure, this team can win games. But they need those things in order to be able to step with the elite teams in this league.
And obviously, I have to agree with that because all 3 of those issues or those corrections are for problems that they've had pretty much all season. I've seen Dave struggle uncharacteristically in ways that you normally don't see him struggle. And maybe it is because, like you said, he doesn't have the passion like he used to. I can't necessarily say for sure because you played against him. I didn't. So at the end of the day, if he doesn't have the passion, I don't care what quarterback you are, you're not going to play as well as you need to. So it doesn't matter how talented you are. You don't have the passion, you're not going to succeed. The blitzing thing, I have to agree with that the most because they were not able to pressure the quarterback pretty much at all this season. And that makes a difference for your defense. Because they weren't able to do any of that this season, it spilled off into the playoffs as a lot of teams, when they struggle, usually does. And that's why they weren't able to stop Los from scoring those 2 touchdowns in this game. So if they were able to fix these main problems, I think that they would have had a better season. But they may be able to improve on that next season.
This team had 11 sacks. Happy had 5 of them at ball giver. So that leaves you at what? Semi had 3. I saw the game where Semi had 3. Those would give up sacks. Semi's one of the biggest guys on their team. He's not a guy that's going to make sacks. He's not a blitzer. He's a blocker. So I don't count those sacks. So that's 8 sacks. That means you had 3 other sacks. Way too least. Happy had 5 of them. Like I said, they need another guy that can blitz the quarterback. That'll definitely take them to the next level. Well, we're going to end this game. Violators come away with the win over the Spartans, 14-6, to move on to the next round. We'll be right back. Next game up, Dem Gettas, the number 1 seed versus Dutchmen. the number 8 seed who won the wild card game versus Wolverines. These teams met in the regular season. You want to know what was the score when they ended the game?
Wow.
31-14, Dem Gettas. Blew them out, ran them off the field. Reggie threw 5 touchdown passes. But the thing about it is, he threw 5 touchdown passes. Listen what's great about this. He threw 5 touchdown passes to 2 guys. You know who those 2 guys was?
No.
Moses and Dre.
Both of them out.
Exactly. Now, you can see Moses here watching the game. And that's going to pump the team up. We know Dre's on the sideline. He's not playing. But they're not on the field. What do you say about a team who blew another team out, but the 2 guys who scored was not in the game?
That pretty much changes your whole offense, because those are 2 of the guys who are the 2 main factors on this team, especially on offense. So when you don't have them, it changes your whole team into something completely different. I'm not going to say that they don't have the same firepower altogether, but obviously they're going to be that much different if you don't have your 2 best scorers on your team playing in this game.
And the Dutchman best receiver is Chris. He's been unguardable. Teams got to find a way to guard him. But the problem is, he's the only one that's unguardable. Nobody else has been able to step the game up, and that's going to hurt. Hopefully, they can be able to step it up in this playoff game. We're going to jump right into the game. Reggie, with a pass to Juice, cutting in the gap for a decent game, picking up the first down. Then Reggie throws Rubio in the gap, who gets behind Alex for a nice gain, getting him to the 10-yard line. 3rd and goal, Reggie throws the Lowe's to the back of the end zone, knocked away by Mike. 4th down, Reggie throws Rubio in the end zone, dropped, turnover on downs. That is a great stop by Dutchman. I'm not going to bake him a cake because Rubio dropped it. Got to make that catch, but that's still a turnover.
And that's an uncharacteristic drop by Rubio. I'm not used to seeing him drop easy passes like this. This is an easy pass. This is a routine pass. Rubio drops that ends the drive right there. If he catches that, that's 6 points. And that probably would have led to. So for him dropping that pass is not something that we're used to. Hopefully we don't see none more of that later in this game.
Chris gets blitzed by Hollywood, runs, but is still tagged by Dylan for a short gain. 2nd down, Chris throws deep to Nick in the gap. Nick just misses the ball, incomplete pass. Dutchman can't get any closer to reach the first, they'll have to punt. That is a great stop by Dem Gettas. They're not a great defensive team, they're a good defensive team, but they're able to neutralize Chris' running attack and make this team have to punt.
Usually, Chris will be involved in most of their drives. He was not involved in this drive. They were trying to move the ball some other way. He tries with Nick here. This was a good throw. It's just an inaccurate throw. He throws a little too much. Nick can't reach it, and that's unfortunate because that probably would have been a bigger drop if they would have been able to connect there.
1st down, Reggie throws the Juice in the gap for a decent gain. 2nd down, Reggie gets blitzed by Alex, throws the Juice in the gap, who runs to the 10-yard line. 3rd and goal, Reggie throws the Juice in the back of the end zone, incomplete, but Dutchman gets flagged for illegal contact in the end zone, half the distance, replayed it down. What you think of that play, real quick?
I think that was illegal contact. I think because the ball, you're not supposed to touch anybody in the end zone. They argued this play thinking that, where's the flag, but if you see here, the cone is right near the end zone. So anything further than the cone is the end zone. And they clearly hit the receiver as he's in his route. That is a definite flag.
And when they say no touching in the end zone, it don't mean literally no touching. You can feel them.
No, but that was way more than a chuck. That was a chuck on both ways.
Great call. Reggie then finds Ed in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Hollywood gets an extra point. 7-0. Dem Gettas with the score. They're able to move the ball. Penalties hurts Dutchmen on this drive. Yeah. But Dem Gettas are going to just capitalize on that. Ed is finally healthy. We've seen Ed hurt. We've seen Moses hurt. We've seen Dre hurt. But these guys are healthy now. Mo is not here. Moses is hurt still. Dre's sitting down because he was questionable. He could have played, but they didn't want to push it. But Ed is back, and Ed picked up the slack for the other guys.
And every single person needs to step up in this game now that Dre is out and Moses is out. Ed is one of those guys that steps up, finds a way to get open in the end zone. They take advantage of that penalty, even though they were right near the end zone anyway. They were in position. Ed gets open, and Reggie's able to connect with him.
Chris on 2nd down throws deep to Chris towards the sideline, guarded by Chris, high, incomplete. Chris then throws the nook on the sideline for a decent game. Time is running out. Chris on 2nd down throws to Frank in the middle, who runs it to the 10-yard line. 3rd down, Chris gets blitzed by Hollywood. Throws the Cuban in the back of the end zone, high, incomplete. Last down before the half, Chris throws to Chris, cutting in the back of the end zone. Off target, incomplete, taking us into the half, 7-0.
And they tried there on that last play to connect with each other. It didn't work. Dem Gettas are paying attention. They're following Chris as much as they possibly can because they know that that's their weapon. They weren't able to connect there on that towards the end of the half. This is something that Dem Gettas needs to pay attention to because Chris is going to keep going to the receiver, Chris. Anytime he has the opportunity, they have to watch out for that. If they're able to do that, lock up on defense, and still play the same offense that they're known for, I think that they are almost definite to win this game.
It's 7-0. We're playing against the best offense in the league. I'll take it. You know, we were able to stop them. We have to put points up. We're not going to hold this team long. We have to find a way to score. If that means we have to throw with Chris triple covered, doesn't matter. We have to score because this offense has too much firepower to hold for a whole game. Second down, Chris throws deep to Nook on the open in the gap for a big game, picking up the first down, but Nook gets ejected for cursing. That is huge. Nook struggled with cursing all season, and he's now struggling in the playoffs, gets himself thrown out.
And that is one play, that is one time in this game that they didn't need that because that was a huge play by Nook. Finally, somebody else stepping up and getting open for a big pass to help them drop down the field. And right then and there, they get brought back because of the cursing flag. Not only are they brought back 15 yards from the big gain that they had, but now they lose an effective offensive player, Nook, that was helping them drive down the field.
Chris on 4 rush runs for a big gain all the way to the 7-yard line. Chris does this better than any quarterback in this league. His speed is unmatched, and that's a great run by him. Third down, Chris on 4 rush, fakes Dylan at giver, runs it in the middle for the touchdown. 7-6, Dutchmen get back in the game.
And this is the way to score. Chris, if he's not able to pass down the field, he takes it with his feet. He's able to get big yardage on that play to get them in better position to score. That is the way to take over the offense. And this is what Chris has been doing all season. Effective way to score here.
Reggie throws to Rubio wide open on the sideline for a nice game, picking up the first down. Reggie throws to Hollywood in the gap with blocking from Ed. Hollywood runs it to the 10-yard line. Third and goal, Reggie throws to Dylan in the back of the end zone. That's going to get the drop. Last down, Reggie finds Rubio cutting in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Brian lets him go, never calls for help. 14-6, Dem Gettas.
And Rubio's not going to drop this pass.
Yep.
He definitely wasn't. He gets open here on this play here. Brian sees him cutting, moving the back of the end zone. He doesn't call for help. You have to call him out to the next defender, either to Frank here. He could have moved back to help him. He doesn't do that. Because of that, he's left open for that touchdown there.
Chris gets blitzed by Hollywood, who gets blocked by Nick. Chris shakes Dylan and runs for a big gain in the first down. This is what Chris can do. The guy's speed is unmatched at quarterback, making guys miss. Great play by him. Chris throws deep to Cuba, wide open in the gap. That's going to be dropped. If you look here, Cuba is reaching with one hand. If he goes with two, I think he makes that catch. Then second down, Chris throws to Nick in the middle for a decent gain. Third down, Chris gets blitzed by Hollywood. Nick picks up the block. Then Chris throws to Chris in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. Chris with a great throw on the sideline. Hollywood gets flagged for holding, which is declined, and that is a touchdown pass by them, 14-12. Great play.
Hollywood tries to go for the blitz. In the middle of the blitz, he ends up holding. That's unfortunate, but it doesn't stop Chris from making this play here, connecting with Chris in the end zone. That is a way to stay focused even though the blitz is coming. He has protection from Nick. He's able to connect with Chris in the end zone here.
They're going to go for two, but Chris is going to fall as he attempts to make the play. Gets sacked by Ed. That's going to still take us 14-12 Getters. Reggie throws deep to Dylan on the sideline, overthrown, incomplete. Then Reggie on 4 rush with blocking from low, scrambles, throws to Dylan in the middle, short, incomplete. Third down, Reggie gets blitzed by Alex, who gets blocked. Reggie throws the juice in the gap, off target, incomplete. Dem Gettas have to punt. Remember, it is 14-12. Dem Gettas are only up by 2. They have to punt.
The Dutchmen are kept in this game by Dem Gettas not being able to score. Usually Dem Gettas will be able to put away a game like this, but because they're not able to score here, they keep the Dutchmen in the game uncharacteristically.
Second down, Chris on 4 rush gets past Ed at giver. Arberly dives, misses the tag. Chris runs all the way to the 40-yard line. Great run by Chris. Third down, Chris gets blitzed and sacked by Hollywood. Last down, Chris throws to Brian on the sideline for a decent game. Pick up the first down. Clock stops. Last play of the game. Chris is going to throw it up. Frank jumps in the air, has the ball in the hand, comes down, loses the ball, incomplete, end of the game. Gettas squeezed away with the win, 14-12.
And did you hear what you just said? The Gettas, first seed, Dem Gettas, squeeze away with the game from the winner of the wild card game in the Dutchmen. Why are we even saying these words? Listen, this is a win by Dem Gettas, yes, but this is not the way the number 1 seed is supposed to win a game against the wild card team. Not taking away against anything against the Dutchmen, but this was a game that shows that Dem Gettas are vulnerable at the first seed in this playoffs. A lot of teams watched this game and saw that all it took was Frank to hold this ball coming down for that touchdown. They would have been eliminated. So one play could have changed the whole direction of Dem Gettas' playoff run.
You're right.
That is, I don't even know what to say on that. Like, we're supposed to be, congratulating Dem Gettas for moving forward, but they got to be nervous playing the next team if they were able to only scrape away from the wild card. They win, but it's not much taken away from it as they move forward into the next round.
Dem Gettas move on to the next round. Some people thought it was cocky for Dre to be here and not play. If he could have played, they looked at it as a smack in the face to the Dutchmen, feeling that they didn't need him, which it showed that they definitely did. I thought it was a good call because you figured you beat this team 31-14 in the regular season. Yes, both guys who scored didn't play, but you figure you're number 1 seed, you'll find a way. So luckily they dodged a bullet moving into the next round. Now we're going to talk about Dutchmen, what their re-up should be. 1. I have very, very, very good sources that tell me that Chris cannot command his own huddle. Several guys are talking in this huddle. They're not really giving them a chance to talk. It's too many voices in the huddle. Chris must demand respect in the huddle. If they could do that, he'll be more efficient as quarterback, more of a leader. Number 2, Chris, the receiver, made the All-Star team. Great receiver, great numbers. They need another weapon. He was their only downfield weapon. Nobody else. This team has to get another weapon. If not, they're not going to get any further than they are right now because, as you can see, they're going to neutralize your best player. It was hard for teams to do that, but as the seasons go, they're going to plan more and know what to do against certain guys. This team only had 5 sacks. So they even struggled at the ball giver. Last year, Mikey was their all-star. Had good numbers last year. You know how many sacks Mikey had this year? 3. Didn't really show anything this year compared to last year. Last year, he was a hard guy to block. This year, he struggled. He had 3 sacks, and 2 of them was in one game. Mind you, that was against the Super Friends, but it was 2 in one game.
But there's a difference there's a difference last season that they don't have this season. They don't have Isaiah at linebacker blitzing in. A lot of those sacks that Mikey got was because Isaiah was blitzing in from another side, and he was able to come in and clean up with the sack. Because they don't have that 1-2 punch there anymore, it's left to Mikey to rush in by himself.
And he's not really good at that.
And he's not going to be able to do it by himself. As long as one guy's there to block him, Mikey's not going to be able to do it by himself, and that's why he struggled rushing in on the quarterback this year.
And those what this team needs on the rehab in order to win games. I think they're a very good team. They have the opportunity, and especially now that they got their quarterback. We're going to wrap this game up. Gettas come away with the squeak victory over Dutchmen, 14-12. We're going to be right back. Next game up, Rep City Rebels. Now, this is going to be a great game because of the simple fact that Rep City has life now. They got their quarterback back, Hood, a few weeks ago. They've been playing better. And now they got their all-star, last year all-star, Rel back. That is a big player. He's one of their top players. He's finally healthy. We've seen him play in the beginning. He was here in the beginning of the season. He was injured, but now he's healthy, and that's definitely got to be a boost for this team, as well as a loud spokesman, energy. D-Boy is healthy. This team got their guys healthy, ready to go.
And I think Rel being back with this team, being able to play, is a big plus for this team because that's another weapon that they can use. Rel is pretty much their tallest guy on the team, so he's able to go up and get the ball in case of desperation plays, and he's able to find ways over the defense since he's one of the tallest guys on the field. Then he has deceptive speed for his size, so he's able to beat a lot of defenders downfield. This is a dynamic weapon for Hood to have in a playoff game against a team like the Rebels.
And the Rebels they came to the league for this, the playoffs, to show what this team from Brooklyn can do. We have 2 more Brooklyn teams in here, which is Spartans and Super Friends. Yeah. So they want to get the same success the Super Friends have, and I think they have the weapons in order to do it.
Hopefully their weapons are enough because their defense is going to be one thing that they have to actually step up on in this game because their defense hasn't necessarily been the best. Their offenses have been able to play to put up points, but the issue I have is that they missed a couple of games from forfeits, so they may be coming in this game rusty. Hopefully they can come in guns blazing and in rhythm. If not, they're going to have trouble against Rep City.
We're going to jump right into the game. Second down, Hood throws to Beasky in the gap for a decent game in the first down. Hood then throws around the gap for a decent game. Second down, Hood throws to Beasky on the sideline to get them to the 7-yard line. Third and goal, Hood finds Rel in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. 6-0, Rep City.
And that's them driving right down the field, getting through the Rebels defense, and eventually in the last play, finding Rel, the person who gets to come back with this team, is able to put up points on their first drive in this playoff game.
Manny's going to get the ball back. Second down, Manny throws to Buddha in the gap for a few yards, but Buddha gets flagged for throwing a forearm in the tag. Was that a good call?
I think that it was. He on the first down play was a short pass to Buddha. It was not necessary. It was pretty much a routine check down play, but he got tagged very hard on that play. I guess he got annoyed on this one, and he lifts the shoulder because the ref was right there. He calls for the flag. It wasn't necessarily necessary. This is football, guy. Come on. Just leave it alone. Don't get any more flags like that.
After getting the first down, Manny on 4 rush throws short to Machine, who runs in the middle for a nice game. Second down, Manny throws a Mo cutting in the gap for a decent game. Third down, Manny gets blitzed and sacked by Donovan. Rebels have to punt. Great defensive stand by Rep City. Donovan didn't really make great plays this season, but he's here for the playoffs. He's up for the playoffs and makes a big stat, shutting the Rebels down in their pass.
It's not about how much plays or how much stats you have. It's about what you contribute to this team. And Donovan has found one of the things that he can contribute with. Make the All-Star team a few years back playing linebacker. So because he's able to do that, this is one thing that he's there for. Pressuring the quarterback, and he gets a big sack there.
Second down, Hood throws to Rel on the sideline, off target, incomplete. Third and long, Hood on 4 rushes, sacked by Yolo. Rep City have to punt. But if you look here, Habib is wide open in the gap. They're going to have to punt. And Habib and Hood has not been on the same level like Habib was with Beasky. And I think that's really hurting them because Habib was a pretty good player.
Habib is a pretty good player, but every quarterback is different. They don't always get in sync with the same players as another player would. And I think because Hood and Habib haven't been in sync since Hood became back, that's why Habib has been scaling back. Unfortunately, it spills into a play like this where they don't connect there.
Manny throws a Buddha in the gap. Buddha with a nice catch, decent play on the down. Third down, Manny throws him on the back of the end zone, knocked away by Meach. Last down, Manny throws him on the back of the end zone, tipped by Rel, picked off by Donovan for the touchback. Donovan got a sack already last drive, ended the drive. Now Donovan gets the pick. Great play by him. But if you look here, Rel with the big tip, knocking away from Mo. And the play previous, one of the top defenders in the league, Meach, with the tip, knocking away from Mo. Manny is too much looking for Mo, and the defense knows it.
And when you are playing with a person who's up there for who's leading the league in interceptions, you don't throw his way without necessarily knowing exactly where he is. He doesn't take that opportunity to check the full field. Meach is able to make a nice knockdown. Then Rel, being the size that he is, he's able to knock down this pass and get an interception for his for Donovan. Rel contributing as soon as he comes back in this playoff game, not only on offense but also on defense.
Hood is gonna throw the Beasky in the middle for a decent game, but D-Boy gets flagged for cursing. Huge flag by D-Boy. Second and long, Hood throws the Beasky in the gap. Nice game, getting him near the 50-yard line. Hood on 4 rush, runs for a decent game, picking up the first down. With second left, Hood on 4 rush, throws it up, incomplete, taking us into the half, 6-0. If I'm Rebels, we have to find a way to score. We got stopped twice. Manny is too good to be allowing this team to get in his head. It seems like when the blitz come, he's like a deer in headlights. He makes mistakes. And the 4 rush, he's uncomfortable. Got to get comfortable with your Manny. We got to put points up.
And Rep City is up 6-0. Okay. We'll take that for the first half, but I think that our offense could have performed a little bit better. That last drive where Hood was not able to connect with Habib, it troubles me because Habib is a great player. He's a person that's been able to show his skill in this season when he was able to connect with Beaskey. Hood has to get that connection with him. I think if he gets that connection with Habib, as well as all these other guys here, I think that they have a much better offense, and there'll be too much for the Rebels to handle with the defense that they have currently.
Going to jump into the second half. Manny on 4 rush gets sacked by Vic. Second down, Manny gets blitzed by Donovan. Throws a breeze on the sideline for a decent game, picking up the first down. Manny then throws the Etho on the sideline for a decent game. Manny rolls right, throws some more in the gap. Kells with a great block on Meach. Mo's then going to spin past Habib, running all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. 6-6, Rebels score right back.
And that's a great way for their offense to work in coordination with each other.
Yep.
Manny makes a pass to Mo in the gap. Kel sees that and is able to come and make a good block on Meach, keeping the play going. And right as he's one-on-one with Habib, Mo is able to make the impressive spin, making Habib miss this tag, and is able to run into the end zone. Everything we're able to work together in sequence, and that was how they were able to make a routine short pass into a touchdown play. That is an effective way for the offense to score there.
Hood on 4 rush is going to run for a decent game, picking up the first down. Then Hood throws a cello in the gap, who runs for a nice game. Second down, Hood throws a deep pass to Rel, who's going to beat Zeke. The pass is going to get right over Mo, caught by Rel in the back of the end zone for the touchdown, 13-6. But if you look here, Mo gets injured on his play, and he will not return. Rel gets extra point, 13-6.
And this is 2 things that we got to mention. First of all, great pass by Hood connecting with Rel. Even though he wasn't able to connect with Habib, he has a great connection with Rel that spills over from Rel's performance last season. Hood is able to connect with him on this touchdown pass. It's unfortunate for Mo because Mo was able to try to make a play here. He lands wrong, even though he tries to make something happen. He doesn't return. I think that is a big blow for the Rebels moving forward. Even though the Rep City team was able to score, I think that this hurts Rebels even more because they lose Mo for the rest of the game.
Manny on third down throws deep to Breezy, cutting in the middle, just overthrown, incomplete. Third down, Manny throws deep to Lowe's, cutting in the middle, who has a step on Habib, caught by Lowe's, ran in the end zone for the touchdown. Etho gets an extra point, 13-13. Rebels strike right back.
With a great pass to Los. Los has been absent in this game early in the game. He comes away here with a big play, separated from the defense, getting open, and Man is able to connect with him to tie the game.
Hood on 4 rush throws the cell on the sideline, who runs for a nice gain in the first down. Then Hood on second down on 4 rush runs for a decent gain. Third down, Hood gets blitzed by Machine, who's blocked by B-Dot. Hood throws around the gap to get them to the 2-yard line. Last down, 4th and goal. Hood finds Vic in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. 19-13, Rep City scores right back.
And they're able to respond, but one thing I gotta say is Rel's name has been called throughout this whole game. Even though he wasn't able to score there, he's helping them drive down the field. B-Dot with good blocking as well in this drive, and he's able to finalize it with Vic with the touchdown pass. Effective way to respond right back. They're shooting out with this team, not slowing down. They're determined to win this game.
On the kickoff, Zeke gets tagged by Steve-O at their own 25-yard line. Terrible field position. Manny gets blitzed by Donovan, who's blocked by Buddha, throws a Breezy in the middle. Breezy with the tip, but makes a catch for a big gain, pick up the first. That's going to stop the clock. Clock is low, about 10 seconds. Manny throws deep to Kells in the gap, off target, incomplete. It's going to take us to like 8 seconds, 7 seconds left on the clock. Manny on 4 rush runs for a decent gain, but then runs more, attempts to run out of bounds, gets out, but the time runs out. Rep City comes away with the win, 19-13 over the Rebels.
And that is the worst way you can end the game. When you have opportunity to at least throw a last play up and give your team a chance to make something happen, Manny misplaces himself on, misreads the time, decides to scramble on 4 rush, and then tries to run afterwards. Not only does he waste 4 seconds, but then he tries to run as far as he can. By the time he gets out of bounds, the game is over. You can't even throw the ball up. At that point, I would rather just throw it up from there and try to make something happen. As soon as you see 4 seconds pass, you throw the ball. He doesn't do that, and he ends the game prematurely.
Rep City's going to move on. We're going to get the interview real quick. We're going to be right back.
What's going on? Stephen J. here with Rep City. Just came over the big win over Rebels, 1913. Mr. Hood, people felt you could win this game, but they called it an upset. What do you think of that?
As long as we don't believe it's an upset, that's all that matters. We felt like we should win the game. Well, we gonna win the game. Much respect to Rebels though. They played their hearts out. And the better team won today.
We're seeing y'all struggling this season. Certain games, guys didn't show up. People thought y'all was dead in the water. Then we see guys come back. You know what I mean? You made it. Rel made it. You got your coach back. What was it like to see your team full squad today?
First of all, I want to say every other team be shorthanded and they don't get the wrath that we get when we wind up being shorthanded. Almost every team in this league in the regular season is shorthanded, but it seems like Rep City, it glorifies with us. But I'm glad everybody, once we all won together, we can only beat ourselves. Can't nobody beat us, man.
Means your team look like you had energy all year. You just didn't have the players.
That's Defensive Player of the Year right there, man.
You've been playing hard all year defensively. What did you come in through thinking this playoff game, knowing you got to go against guys like Mo, Breezy, all these other top guys?
They regular guys to me. They regular guys. They regular receivers. I go against the best. All the best in the TFL, UFL, anywhere out there. Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, doesn't matter. I guard anybody. That's how I do it. That's how I play my defense.
Talk to Rel, because he had...
Where's Rel? Get Rel for me.
Get Rel! Right here.
Rel right here.
Rel.
What's going on?
We seen you beginning of the season.
Yeah.
You were hurt. You here today.
Yeah.
Finally here this week. How was you able just to turn it on once you get on the field?
I mean, it's always for the rep, man. We got to do it together, man. And it's anybody, man. Anybody could do it. Anybody could do it. And you know what I mean? Throughout the season, I was here. I wasn't here. And you know what I'm saying? We just got it done.
Coach, you back. Been here now. Team has won every game that you have been here. What does that say?
That says thanks to them, man. Without them, there's no us. You know what I mean? They keep us together. As long as everybody comes, I don't think anybody could beat us. We're unstoppable.
Rep City, Mr. D-Boy, you got 99 problems next week.
Yo, shout out to 99, yo. It's going to be a good game.
The #1 seed.
But you know the motto, fellas. If you ain't repping, get to stepping. Thank you,
Thank Rep City for being here with us. Big win over the Rebels, 1913. See you in the site.
This team is hype. I wouldn't want to play this team. Rebels lost this game. Rep City won the game.
Yeah.
But overall, I think Rebels have more talent than Rep City. But Rep City is a better team. And what the saying goes, team beats talent when talent don't work. They didn't work. And one thing Rep City is great at is momentum. And once they get moving, once they get pumped, this team's hard to beat.
And because they have they're energetic, they fight regardless of what, they stay together, and they're unpredictable. All of these things are a team that's very scary to face in the playoffs. So this team is still in it. The next team has to pay attention to a lot of guys like Rel. Hood's throwing very well so far. You have Beatsky that was, getting a couple passes. Vic scores. Donovan on defense. All of these guys are guys you have to pay attention to in the next round because they're coming to play no matter what.
And we're going to get the re-up really quick. The re-up one, Manny got to get more comfortable with the blitz. He struggles with it. He struggles with the 4 count and struggles with the blitz. He has to get more comfortable being able to know where it's coming from, how it's coming, in order to make better throws. That's one. Number 2, this team got to play better defense. They gave up 19 points. That is a lot of points in this league, and they've been doing that all season. They've been giving up points. They have like a bend but don't break. This time, they broke. You can't do that, especially once Mo went down. You knew they was in trouble. This team has to learn to make stops. And the last thing is, just like I said before with another team, can the real Rebels leader please stand up? Not Slim Shady. The real Rebels leader please stand up. This team needs someone to follow. This team needs somebody that can rally them up. This team needs somebody to say, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. And this is how we're going to get there. Until they fix that, they're going to always be in disarray, not know if they're coming or going.
And because of that, that's why they came up short. And I think also because they missed a couple games, towards the end of the season with forfeits, they weren't necessarily in sync the way that they needed to be. They kind of started off slow. They weren't in rhythm. And I think that because of that, they gave Rep City momentum in the game, and Rep City never let go.
We're going to wrap this one up. Rep City with the win over the Rebels, 19-13. We'll be right back. Browns versus YMM. This is a rivalry game. Back in the days, we've seen Browns used to eliminate YMM. But now this YMM team is new, it's changed. But the Browns has added on their own players themselves. This should be a good game.
And obviously, because YMM is one of those fiery teams that doesn't back down to no team, regardless of how good they are. The Browns has been showing that they have some of the best talent on the field right now. But the YMM, no matter what, they're there to face them. Rico's here, Jeremy's here. The team is squatted up, and they're ready for this game right now.
We're going to jump right into it. Dave with 2 passes to Pablo for a decent game. 3rd down, Dave gets blitzed by Rico, who just misses the sack. Dave throws a nut in the corner end zone, but it's almost picked off by Jeremy. Last down, Dave on 4 rush, throws to Pablo in the end zone, knocked away by Sully, turnover on downs. YMM with the big stop, starting off early, shutting what Dave liked to do down, and that's a great stop by YMM.
And the thing about it is their defense is able to blitz in with Rico here, put Dave under pressure, makes him force that throw, almost picked off by Jeremy. I think that was a big play that determined how the defense was going to play, and they end up making a big stop.
Corey throws a Brandon in the gap for a decent game. 2nd down, Corey on 4 rush, with blocker from Kaka, runs for a short game. Last down, Corey on 4 rush, throws a Ruben in the gap. High, incomplete, turnover on downs. That is a great stop by Browns defense. This is what the Browns do. They make stops, and they're able to shut YMM down on their first drive. Dave gets the ball back. He's going to throw to Travis in the middle for a nice game. 2nd down, Dave throws a Pablo in the gap for a decent game, getting him to the 7-yard line. 3rd down, Dave is blitzed and sacked by Jeremy.
He does.
If you look here, Jeremy gets the great hit on Dave. The troops go crazy, and that is a great hit. Last down, Dave throws a Pablo in the front back in the end zone. High, incomplete, turnover on downs. I think it had all to do with Jeremy's hit. It got the troops rallied, it got the troops pumped, and Dave never saw him coming.
The thing about it is, where's the protection? Dave is out there looking for receivers. One thing, he got to know when the blitz is coming. He doesn't read that the blitz is coming, but there's nobody there to protect him. Dave is not one person that's going to run the ball whenever he has a chance. So he needs that time, that protection. He doesn't have it. You have Kush going out for a pass, and because of that, Dave gets cleaned on that play.
And like I said before, I'll say it again. Help me out, Drago.
He does.
Yes, sir. Corey with 2 passes to Santana for a decent game. Last down, Corey throws to Rico on the sideline for a decent game, picking up the 1st down. 2nd down, Corey throws deep to Slutty on the sideline for a big game. Mills get beat in the gap. Great play by Corey, finding Slutty downfield. Great play. 4th and goal, Corey finds Brandon cutting in front of the end zone for the touchdown. 6-0. Great play by them. They're going to go for the 2-point conversion. They're going to throw to Brandon on the sideline in the end zone. He's going to make the catch towards the sideline a little bit, look like he's out of bounds. Refs say he was out of bounds. YMM challenge it. It's inconclusive. Play stands 6-0. Let's talk about Brandon's touchdown catch first.
Well, yeah, they're able to take advantage. Brandon's able to find his way in front of the end zone for the touchdown. This is something that Brandon's been doing all season. You put him in good position to score, that's something he's definitely going to do, and he shows it here again. Talking about the challenge play, though, this is not as definite as the touchdown pass, obviously. If you look here, as big as the screen can be, you see Brandon, it looks like he gets 1 foot down, but you can't necessarily see if the other foot has the toe down as he falls out of bounds. It's hard to see in that angle. Obviously, our cameras are not going to see everything.
Right.
So because of that, the play is inconclusive, so it goes by the play that's called on the field, and that is out of bounds.
Dave throws a cushion in the middle for a decent game. 2nd down, Dave gets blitzed by Rico, throws deep to Nut in the back of the end zone. Nut with the catch, gets the feet down for the touchdown. 6-6, YMM's going to challenge, and we're going to see Nut gets the toe down, but we can't see the other one because the player's blocking it. What do you think?
Pretty much what you just said. Because the player, that I believe that's Slutty, gets in the way as Nuts' foot comes down in front of the line. We can't see if the other foot reached that line, so we have to go by the call that's on the field. The refs call touchdown, so it's a touchdown.
Last play before half, Corby throws it up, incomplete, but the Browns get flagged for pass interference on that last play. What do you think?
These guys make it closer, make the job difficult, not only for the refs, but for us recording.
This wasn't challenged.
No, this was not challenged. Obviously, this is a discretion call. I think that there's probably a little too much contact in the end zone. Because of that, the refs throw the flag. I think that if they didn't see excessive contact, they probably would just let the play stand. But because there was excessive contact, I think that's why the ref was forced to throw the flag. That's unfortunate, but that puts YMM in position to score here.
They said Steph got pushed. Steph is on the floor, what we saw. We don't see how he gets on the floor, and the ref said that Dave pushed him. Now, Dave went on the record and says, he was boxing me out. What am I supposed to do? Which means what? He pushed him.
Yeah.
And that's what he got caught doing. Corey ended up finding Rico in the front of the end zone for the touchdown, taking us into the half, 12-6. YMM takes the lead.
It seems like a lot of things are going into YMM's favor. That last play that they were able to score was a huge play for YMM. That's unfortunate for the Browns, but too much contact will obviously get you a flag like the way they got in that last play. Listen, on a last play like that, don't even bother. Just go up for the ball. There's no need to box anybody out or anything like that. Just go for the ball the best you can. You can't afford to give away a flag like that gives them an easy touchdown. That's exactly what the Browns gave YMM.
I don't think a ref would throw a flag on a Hail Mary unless it was something that was actually really done. Like I said, Dave said he tried to box me out. What am I supposed to do? That means you pushed him. So you got to definitely say that that's a huge call. Other than that, it's 12-6. Whatever happens, happens. You turn around in the second half, you do what you've been doing all season, and you gather the troops together and you just try to find a way to score. We're going to jump right into the second half. Corey gets blitzed by Jules, scrambles, but still takes the sacks by Jules. Second down, Corey throws deep to Mamba in the middle. Travis with contact in the air, incomplete. That is a great hit by Travis. Saw the ball coming, didn't have a chance to make a play on the ball, hits the receiver. That's a great play. After getting the first down, Corey gets blitzed by Jewel, who's blocked by Rico. Corey throws deep to Slutty, open on the sideline, who runs it in for the touchdown. Mills lets him go, doesn't let Trev know. 18-6, YMM.
And that is a play on. That is pretty much on Mills. Mills was not paying attention to Slutty's route here. He has to call him out or at least go and get him. He doesn't react in time and gives Slutty the opportunity to get open back in downfield. And Corey's not a quarterback that's going to miss that opportunity. He goes and finds him downfield for the score.
Jules got to find a way to get past Rico. He's bigger than him. I know Rico got a little muscle to him, but Jules got to get past him. He should not be blocked that long by Rico. He's undersized blocker. He does it, and that gives Corey enough time to throw a bomb. Dave throws a Travis in the gap for a decent gain, picking up the first down. Dave then throws to Travis, cutting in the middle for a nice gain. Second down, Dave throws deep to Pablo, corner end zone, incomplete. If you look here, Kush is open in the gap and has another receiver here open on the sideline, but Dave misses him. Third down, Dave blitzed by Jeremy, throws a nut in the gap, who runs for a nice gain. Last down, Dave on full rush, throws to Travis in the back of the end zone, high, incomplete, turnover on downs. Dave's not able to score.
And this is not the point in the game where you stop yourself from scoring. You let YMM stop you. Your offense is too good to be stopped. Dave has to find other guys in the downfield or in the gaps than Travis and Pablo. He has to find other guys and get them into the game. If he doesn't, you're going to have more drives where you get stopped the way you are right now.
YMM has to giving the ball back to the Browns. Dave throws deep to Pablo in the middle. Pablo can't reach it. Incomplete. Dave then on second down gets blitzed by Jeremy. Throws short to Pablo, who runs for a nice gain. Dave then throws a nut in the gap for a decent gain, picking up the first down. Dave throws deep to Travis in the middle of the end zone. Picked off by Rico, who makes a nice run, pitches it to Ice, who then pitches it to Slutty for a big gain, getting him to the 50-yard line. And that is a bad interception by Dave.
And this was just a toss-up play. I think that he tried to get throw downfield to Travis to make Travis get a play on it. Unfortunately, Travis is not able to get there before Rico gets in position to make a great pick, a good interception, and runs it down the field with his team, getting them to great field position. That is overall great defense for YMM.
Corey throws deep to Santana, cutting across the field. Santana falls, picked off by Trev. Trev gets flagged for pass interference, and they're going to get the ball back. The question is, was this pass interference? If you look here, Trev is on Santana. If you look at Santana turning, it's going to be hard to see, but if you look here, Trev pulls Santana's left arm as the ball is in the air. He pulls him just ever so slightly. He pulls him though. Then their feet get tangled up. Santana falls. Trev makes the pick. But again, once you see him pull and turn him, that is a pass interference. The ball was in the air. That's the flag that was called. The underneath ref had the same thing. That's going to give the ball back to YMM. No interception by Trev.
That is a big play that they end up losing the opportunity to get, because that was a play that they needed on defense. Trev sees the opportunity, gets a pick, but too much contact with the ball in the air makes them lose that play, and that actually gives YMM great field position yet again to make another play here.
Corey with a short play to Brandon, who dives in the end zone for the touchdown. 24-6, Browns was blowing them out now.
And it seems like a lot of times the Browns don't score, YMM gets into position, something happens on their defense, and YMM gets great field position for them to score. This has been a routine throughout the games ever since the end of the first half, and it seems like the Browns are not breaking out of that trend. I think the offense is what's killing them, and it's falling into their defense, making mistakes, and giving YMM opportunities.
After getting the first down, Dave throws a Pablo in the gap, who runs for a decent game. Second down, Dave gets blitzed and sacked by Ice. Kush trying to block two guys, and it doesn't work. Last down, Dave on 4 rush throws it up incomplete, ending the game. YMM comes away with the win, 24-6. We're going to go with the interview with YMM. We'll be right back.
Next season.
What's going on, people? Stephen J here with YMM. They beat the Browns 24-6. Corey, why did people feel that this could have been an upset today? They figured the Browns could beat you.
We haven't been scoring all year. We've been coming shorthanded. We've just been struggling, not in sync.
All season, you know, you haven't been in sync, but Brandon has been lights out. This game, he had 2 touchdowns. What was it been between y'all two this season?
He just knows how to get open as long as he runs his route.
Sir.
Brandon, what? You came in focused, unguardable, 2 touchdowns. Tell me about your day today.
I didn't hear you.
You came in this game, 8 touchdowns in the season. First round of the playoffs, 2 touchdowns. Still on fire. What has been your focus this season?
Family. It's been a while. We lost a couple of seasons. We're just trying to get that hunger back. Bring it back to the, you know? And this is home. We need one at home.
Rico, you know they got a good offense, but y'all seem to stop Travis today. We had Ice versus Travis, Slutty versus Travis. They was able to stop his deep plays. What was the thought coming into this game?
The thought process was, you know, as a team we sat down, we said, you know, give up the 7 and the 5, protect the middle and take away the deep ball. You know, because we know David got a strong arm. You got to respect the man's arm. So, you know, we played to his advantage and we dropped back and let him chop it down.
Then you got big guys, people consider you role players, but chasing them around the field, Gaga, Brown, these guys are making plays in the middle, forcing them to take the middle away. What is it like to having them 2 guys patrolling the middle?
You know what? Like I said, man, right now we're a young team, but veterans. We're not young. Age-wise, they're young. These guys is veterans. So, you know, we starting to come along, and we just finding ways to win.
Corey, looks like I may have IOD next week. Any thought process coming into that game?
It's going to come down to extra points. That's it.
All right, go thank YMM for being with us. 24-6.
TF, man, stay woke, man. Yo, tell him, stay woke. Chase your dreams. Tell him, Corey. Say beloved. Let's go, man. Stay woke. We coming, man.
See you guys on the side. This team been the 2 chips in the UFL. They're definitely battle tested. So they got guys that missed regular season. They just made it to qualify. But
they're prepared for the playoff run.
What can you say? Everything that they needed to do, they did. They were able to score when they needed to, getting downfield. Corey getting connected with Slutty downfield a couple of times. A couple of plays, Corey ended up forcing pass interference plays in the first half and the second half, getting him in position to score, and Brandon doing what he usually does, put points up on the board. So YMM, everything that they needed to do, they did in this game, and it translates to the 24-6 win.
I know they talk about 2 big calls. The pass interference in the first half that YMM scored. They went up 12-6. Okay? And the pass interference towards the end of the game that YMM ended up scoring on that, but it was already 18-6.
Mm-hmm.
Browns lost this game because Dave, when I looked up the numbers, he threw to the Browns players, guys who were on the Browns, 5 times. He threw to the guys from AFC, his own guys, 13 times. Say this again. 5 times he threw it to the Browns players. 13 times he threw it to the AFC players. What does that mean?
Obviously, he only has eyes for certain players on the field. That's pretty much what it translates to.
That's what cost him the game. Did the ball bounce Brown's way? I mean, YMM's way? Of course. 1 or 2 calls. It happens. It's football. You can't throw 13 times to your guys and 5 times to your other guys. It's supposed to be everybody. I'm throwing to the open guy. We see a lot of times them throw the guys that was not open, missing players. That's what caused him this game. Defensively, like I said, you had 2 big calls. But we seen Corey throw the ball around.
Mm-hmm.
We seen Corey able to stay in the pocket with Rico blocking nut and score. We seen the Browns guys not communicating. The Browns lost this game. YMM dominated them from the beginning, and the Browns lost this game. My re-up, 1, this AFC Browns thing has to change. It has to be our team. Beginning of the season, we see AFC playing offense, Browns playing defense. Makes no sense. That's the main thing. This team got to get on the same page. That's 1. Number 2, they need Puka. Trevor's good. Travis is good. Puka's the best player on either team. Battle-tested. MVP, league MVP, former MVP, former All-Star MVP. They missed him. That's 2. They missed Aha. Another good receiver. A lot of the Browns core guys got frustrated because it seems like Dave wasn't involving them in the offense. Last thing, Chingo got a coach. Not talk to the refs. Not, talk to his guys. He has to coach this team. He is the coach. He has to get a better relationship with his quarterback, like he had with Reggie, like he had with Landy, because the talent of this team is ridiculous that they lost in the first round. Last year, they lost in a wild card. This team is going backwards. And this year, they had the talent that should have been in the championship, and they lost in the first round.
My question is this. To me, this will be, in my opinion, the last we see of this AFC Browns combination. I don't see it happening again. So we're giving them advice on something that, in my opinion, is not going to happen. Will they come back together in the next season? In my opinion, no. It's still a possibility.
You'll see UCFC coming on their own.
So that's...
No, I'm saying you see AFC
I see
breaking
either
off
AFC
and bringing their own team.
Breaking off and bringing their own team, or just not coming at all. I don't see them coming back with this Browns
I don't
team.
see why they wouldn't come back. But I think I can put agreement on when you say I see them breaking off on their own. I don't know why they would, because this is a lot of talent. Dave is not elite. We know what he did in the NFL. No TFL quarterback can touch him on that. But this ain't the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Whole new stage. This is not even tackle. Whole new stage. Let me give you my tiers right now.
Okay.
My top tier, this is UFL. Remember, we're not talking about normally all rules are different. My top tier, Chuck, Dion, Corey. Those are my top A quarterbacks. My superstar quarterbacks. My star quarterbacks, Fred, Reggie, Ramsey, Casey, Manny. That's that 2 tier. 3rd tier, still coming, Yomi, because this is his first year throwing in the season. Chris, Dave from the Spartans. That's that tier. Then you got Dave from the Browns. Now, would you put Dave in? First of all, we can agree he's not touching that A category.
No.
The star category to be. Would you rather have Dave than Reggie?
No.
Would you rather have Dave than Fred?
No.
Would you rather Dave than Ramsey?
That's a hard one, but no, because Ramsey has shown how talented he is.
Would you rather have Dave than KC?
No, because Casey controls the game better.
Do you rather have Dave than Manny? That's when you say, it starts to get
but still, I've seen the extent of Manny's play,
Right.
and I could say that I'm more confident with Manny.
Now you go to the other side. Would you have Dave than Dave from Spartans? Yes, I'll take him. Stronger arm.
Yeah.
A little more accurate. Think he got a little more speed. Would you have Dave than Chris from Dutchmen? Chris can't even command his own huddle.
Yeah.
Talent-wise, he's a little better, but Dave has more size. I think he has a little more leadership.
Yeah.
Would you have a Dave than Yomi? This is Yomi's first year season. But Yomi won a championship here already.
Yeah.
But you put that. So when you look at the tiers, it's like, that's where he falls. He falls in the 2nd tier of quarterbacks. To me, that's what I think he does.
It's like when you're looking at your...
Then you got to wait. I forgot Hood.
Mm-hmm.
I think Hood is in that 2nd tier.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this the mid-2nd, not the top 2nd, because I think Hood doesn't have the passion. So you could put Hood up there in between the 2nd and the 3rd tier. It all depends on which Hood shows up.
But at the end of the day, it's hard for me to compare tiers when, again, like I said before, I can't gauge Dave fully yet. It's like when you have, when you look at your credit score, when you have your credit score, you can gauge your credit and say, okay, he has good credit, he has okay credit, you have bad credit. Then you have the people who have no credit. Like I can't gauge them at all. Like there's no credit there. We haven't seen you make any purchases, anything like that. That's what Dave is.
Right.
It's no credit. I can't say he's bad, but I can't say he's good either. I don't know what he is. And until he's able to show the full extent of his talent, until I'm able to fully see what type of player he really is, I can't gauge him anyway. So that's where me and you disagree. You can put him at a certain tier. I cannot. So I have to see more of his play to see where he's at. But because of that, he's too unpredictable for me to pick him over a lot of the guys that you mentioned.
All right, we're going to wrap this up. YMM with the win over the Browns, 24-6. We're going to go over the games real quick. We're going to get your scores, and then we're going to wrap it up. Next week, we'll have the award winners, the nominees. We'll have the All-Stars a little bit, and we'll go over that. So, all right. So we're going to go to the predicaments. Predicaments. I like
Why? But that has nothing to do with what
I like to create my own words.
But you didn't create it. You just used the word out of context.
Predicaments. Predictions.
Yeah.
You're going to have, now, we're going to see how Ghost did. You're going to see the teams that played. Yeah, and his scores and what the actual score. He had Dutchmen Wolverines. He had Dutchmen winning 21-6. Gettas versus Dutchmen. He had Gettas winning 22-8. Carver versus Shockers. He had Carver winning 14-7. Super Friends Never Scared. He had Super Friends winning 21-6. Violators Spartans, he had Violators winning 13-0. IOD over playing FOE, he had IOD 20-6. YMM versus Browns, he had YMM 14-13. Rebels versus Rep City, he had Rebels 21-14. Look at the scores that actually came up. 29-0, 14-12, 26-14, 40-0, 14-6, 30-0, 24-6, 19-13. Now, he only got one game wrong.
And that was the Rep City with Rebels.
Right. All your scores was a little off.
Yeah.
What do you got to say?
I didn't expect to be so much blowouts this season. I mean this playoff round. It's crazy that all season most teams didn't score more than 2 touchdowns, and then you have teams scoring more in the playoffs than they ever scored before. Dem Gettas putting up 40 points. I haven't seen the last time.
What wasn't Dem Gettas? Super Friends.
I mean, yeah, the Super Friends scoring 40 points. I haven't seen the last time Super Friends put up 40 points. It's hard to say any team puts up 40 points in this league. Then you have the next thing, IOD putting up 30 points in their game against FOE to nothing. I mean, these shutouts just surprised me all throughout the day. Then you have the other game where, what was the other blowout? 27-0, right?
27, then Dutchmen over Wolverines.
Then you have the other blowout, which is 27-0 from Dutchmen blowing out the Wolverines. I thought that the Wolverines was going to give more of a fight in this game, but Dutchman's offense was way too much for Wolverines defense. You know, all the other games, I would say that the scores are fair, but they were still off. The one score that's really surprised me was the win with Rep City coming ahead with the win against the Rebels. That kind of shocked me because I thought that Rep City wasn't going to have enough in the tank to beat the Rebels offense, but it was the reverse. The Rebels didn't have enough to keep up with Rep City's fire in the game. So that's what surprised me most today.
All right, we're going to get his predictions real quick before we wrap up the show. 99 versus Rep City.
99 versus Rep City. I'm trying to be fair with this one, but I see.
What's your instincts?
Honestly, with the way Rep City's been playing, there's a chance that I see upset in this game.
So give me a score and give me a win.
I'm gonna see. I have a score of 18-14 with Rep City winning. They don't get any of the extra points, but I see them coming away. And the Rep City's defense with Rel back and Meach playing at high caliber and all the guys contributing, I think that they have enough to upset this 99 team, as well as 99's been playing.
YMM versus IOD.
YMM IOD. This is going to be a fight, but I see YMM coming ahead at the last points in the game. 21-14. They win it with a touchdown.
Super Friends Carver Mob.
Super Friends Carver Mob. Another tough one. That was a battle from last year. A rematch in the Elite 8 now. Honestly, Super Friends are gonna hate me, but I don't know if it's gonna be an easy game for them. I see them coming away with a win, 21-20, with Super Friends winning. But it's not going to be an easy game for them. So it's going to be down to the wire. It can still go either way, but I see Super Friends scraping away just by 1 point at the end of the game.
Violators Getters.
Violators Getters. I see Violators actually coming away with the win. Their defense is going to be too much for Dem Gettas, who doesn't have as strong an offense in the playoffs as they did in the regular season. A couple of guys are down. I don't see Dre having a big game in this next game. So I see the Violators beating them 14-6.
Right. We're going to wrap this one up. See if his predictions will be right this weekend. Wish y'all guys a happy Valentine's Day. All that good stuff. We don't really celebrate Valentine's Day.
Listen, but either way, take your lady out, you know, do something well for her or whatnot. So,
well, the main reason to celebrate, especially today when it's released, as it's released today, Friday, is today makes I believe Jarrell is 19 years, our niece passed away. It's her birthday today, Friday. As when this is released, it'll be her birthday Friday. So as we saying today, because it's Friday, it's being released, she'd have been 24 today.
Yeah.
She died at 5.
Yeah. She died 2 days before making 5.
Right.
Pretty much.
She died of an aneurysm. She went into a coma Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Which is why we don't really celebrate it. She was declared, passing on the 15th.
Yeah.
And her birthday was the 16th.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's why we, don't look at Valentine's Day as a big day, but that doesn't mean that, we're gonna knock anybody else from celebrating it. So that's why I say, if you have the opportunity, take your lady out, make her happy, do whatever you can for her, because if you don't, it's gonna come back to bite you in the end.
It's a tough time for us.
Yeah.
Every year we go through it, and it's like reopening a closed wound.
Yeah.
So we do our best to try to get through it. Luckily, we always have football to distract us. You know what I mean? But it's hard. It always gets hard. So, good luck to all the teams on Saturday. Ghost prediction did not represent those of the UFL. Just throwing that out there.
Okay.
And like I said, guys, he just gives his opinion. He really don't care who wins or lose. He just wants a good game like I do. And we ask you guys to play football. Congrats to the teams who's in the next round. We want to thank all the teams that was with us. That's not that's gone. Wolverines, Dutchmen, Shockers, Never Scared, Spartans, FOE, Rebels, Browns. Thank them for being with us this season. And the teams that's moving on, wish them good luck. Getters, Super Friends, Carver, Violators, IOD, 99, YMM, Rep City. Gonna wish y'all good luck. And we're gonna see y'all on the site, guys. Thank y'all for being here. I'm Stephen J, my partner Ghost. We out here. We'll see y'all guys next week.